Today we're going to be discussing the role of the adult guide in the Montessori environment. I'm Sian Ellis and I'm from Hatfield Montessori Preschool in Pretoria.
My name is Monica from Live in Montessori, Johannesburg. Traditionally, in the Montessori education, we look at three primary elements which make up a Montessori school. These three elements are the child, the prepared environment, and the Montessori guide.
The role of the Montessori guide is very different to that of a teacher in a traditional classroom. His or her role is to be just as the name suggests, a guide, facilitating learning through actively preparing the environment, actively engaging the child and connecting to that environment, and then becoming passive as the child takes responsibility for their own learning. The Montessori guide is the dynamic link between the child and the prepared environment.
Dr. Montessori emphasized that our care of the child should be governed, not by the desire to make him learn things, but by the endeavor always to keep burning within him that light which is called intelligence. The guide in the Montessori environment exhibits and applies the principles of Montessori pedagogy through a disposition of respect and patience towards the child.
Through an ability to balance the principle of non-intervention while at the same time not abandoning the child.
Through a trust in Montessori principles, methodology, and pedagogical aims.
Through seeing the role of the adult as primarily observer, scientist, and interpreter of the environment, rather than as a teacher in the conventional sense.
And through guiding the child to normalization and development appropriate to each plane of development.
Dr. Montessori used the terms normal and normalization to describe a unique process she observed in child development. Montessori observed that when children are allowed freedom in an environment suited to their needs, they blossom.
The Montessori guide helps the child to connect to the materials through presentations. The adult in a Montessori environment does not teach in the traditional sense. Rather, she shows the child how to use the various objects and then leaves them free to explore and experiment. This act of showing is called a presentation.
To be effective, it must be done slowly and exactly, step by step, and with a minimum of words. Another very important part of a Montessori guide's work is observation. Once the child has received a presentation and is left to explore and experiment, the guide becomes passive to the child, but active in her observation of how the child is engaging with the materials and work. He becomes more of a scientist, observing, reflecting, recording, and then using this information to guide the child to the next step. Through careful observation and planning, Montessori guides remain constantly alert to the direction each child is heading and actively works to help them succeed.
Montessori guides respect and protect the child's independence and are supportive and encouraging without the use of rewards or punishment. They facilitate effective communication and are peace educators, constantly working to teach courteous behaviors and pro-social conflict resolution skills. Montessori guides undergo specialized training which includes a significant focus on their own spiritual preparation in order to best meet their needs of the children within the classroom.
Training is often over 2 or 3 years for each developmental level they work with, and learning is ongoing. The work of understanding human development is never complete for the Montessori guide, and ongoing professional development is a necessity.
What makes someone a successful Montessori guide? In the words of Dr. Montessori, what really makes a teacher is love for the human child, for it is love that transforms the social duty of the educator into the higher consciousness of a mission. Look for a Sama Montessori member school today.